Hello TYT Nation, I'm Malcolm Fleschner, aka Malcolm Y, back with another video blog for the Young Turks. As you know, our country is faced with a pressing financial crisis. The current national debt stands at just under $13 trillion. That's a mind-boggling figure. To give you some perspective on how much that is, if you were to stack 13 trillion $1 bills, one on top of the other, you would have a stack of money high enough to pay off the entire national debt, not to mention a lot of new friends. And individual states have not been immune to the recession either. Most face massive deficits caused by a substantial drop in tax revenues. In recent years, when faced with such shortfalls, governments have simply raised the so-called sin taxes on cigarettes, alcohol, and gambling. But we appear to have reached the saturation point and have to face the sad fact that we may no longer be able to depend on the nation's degenerates and addicts to smoke, drink, and compulsively gamble us out of our fiscal woes. So in these times of scarcity, when most Americans are not earning as much, are not spending as much, and are not saving as much, what's left for the government to tax? The answer is the one thing we Americans still have in great abundance, our inflated sense of self-importance. Or, more precisely, our widespread belief that other people could give a shit about what we have to say. Now, I know this sounds a little unorthodox, but look at it this way. In the past, as an average person, you could only waste the time of a couple of friends, co-workers, or fellow airplane passengers at once with your pointless blather about politics, religion, or your boring antique clock collection. But today, thanks to the internet, any blowhard can broadcast idiotic opinions to thousands, perhaps millions of people at once. And shouldn't we as a society start to get a little something back for all of our time these people are wasting? So, how can the government cash in on all this self-involvement? With something I call the Twitter tax. The basic idea is that the government would levy a 1-cent tax for every time anyone posts to Twitter, Facebook, or an online message board. 1 cent per post isn't really costly enough to discourage people from all this online activity, but with hundreds of millions of these posts produced every day, those pennies would quickly add up to substantial revenue. Ideally, we would also create a sliding scale so that people would have to pay more for particularly irritating, inane, or self-absorbed posts. So, for example, on Facebook you would have to pay an additional fee for any status update describing how much you hate Mondays, or that includes a photo of your most recent meal, or that details who you sent a dead fish to in Mafia Wars, or how many sheep you castrated today in Farmville. And on Twitter, the price would go up for, among others, any tweets that explain how you're just overwhelmed with work, even though you somehow have time to tweet about it, spam offering tips for how the rest of us can whiten our hideously yellow teeth, eliminate all our unsightly facial hair, or lengthen our tiny penises, or tweets you send out to say you're so bored that you have nothing worth tweeting about. Now, as for online message boards, I foresee charging extra for all those douchebags who race to post first, for every use of the word pwned, and for every time you post something insulting about another poster, but you misspell a word like moron or loser. There should also be a tax on people who just don't get the joke, so you'd have to pay a premium for posting fake to a YouTube video that is obviously not real, like one that shows a guy making a basket on the moon or catching patio furniture in his ass crack. Or, for that matter, anyone who posts a message on the page for this YouTube video asking whether I'm serious about this idea. The point is that people are still welcome to clutter up the internet with idiotic commentary and all the tedious minutiae of their lives, but now at least the government will get a taste. Now, some might assume that Americans won't stand for the kind of intrusive government monitoring of our lives that this requires, but I don't think so. After all, the Bush administration overwhelmingly passed the Protect America Act in 2007 that allowed the government to wiretap American citizens without warrants, and I don't remember anyone objecting to that. And I watch Fox News, so I would know. The final possible concern is the notion that people will automatically object to any tax increase. But people don't object to the government raising taxes. They object to the government raising their taxes. And the beauty of this plan is that we can sell it by saying taxes are only going to be raised on people who are self-absorbed. But no one thinks they're self-absorbed. It's like saying you're going to raise car insurance rates on below-average drivers. But everyone thinks of himself as an above-average driver, so they naturally assume the new rates don't apply to them. Then, and here's the real genius part, when people do realize that they're suddenly paying a lot of taxes for all their tedious tweets, Facebook updates, and message board postings, where are they going to go to complain about it? That's right, back to Twitter, Facebook, and the loony right-wing message boards. Mo money, mo money, mo money. So please join with me in supporting the Twitter tax. And then, to make sure the revenue continues flowing into the Treasury, encourage all your self-absorbed friends to keep posting frequently on the internet. After all, you can remind them, it's the only surefire way to avoid getting pwned. Now until next time, this is Malcolm Fleschner for the Young Turks saying, stay strong, nation.